Hey there, it's Harro from Harroineurope, and today I'm with my colleague Tymeck, and we are going to the RV show in Dusseldorf, and you can come along with us. So let's go.
Gaan we met de deur open gaan je?
Yeah, cheers, Sander.
Hey.
Sander.
Hey Sander.
What did you forget?
What did I forget?
I think you forgot something.
Let me see what I forgot.
I like a good breeze, it's nice. Not on the autobahn. Oh, if you want to get rid of me, there are other ways, you know.
How I got it. Let's go. First to my home because I forgot my bag.
What a beautiful looking car.
So like I said, we are off to the Dusseldorf RV show, and it's a big convention in Dusseldorf with all the big motorhome brands showing their latest models, so I'm expecting a lot of like weird stuff which I can probably not imagine seeing driving around, which we'll see in around 5 or 10 years. Like I saw one picture of a semi-integrated vehicle with a rooftop tent that goes up, so I'm very interested in that. I'm wondering if it takes off a lot of space or stuff like that. For now I have Tymeck as a driver and Sander as a cameraman, and that gives me the opportunity to do some work while we're working ahead. Do you guys even know what kind of convention we're having? Like, Sander, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about, give me the camera.
I've never been to Dusseldorf. I'm really excited because it's a trip again, and I love to travel. But now I have no idea what I can expect. I love campers, will never own one because I love traveling by tent. I'm really excited to see what's there.
Nice. What about you, Tymeck?
Well, I have no clue what to expect. I know there will be a lot of campers, of course. But my imagination is like one big hall, all open, and there's just campers everywhere by brand, like Knaus and everything, and Adria. And we're just going to have a look around, like the newest technology, the newest built-ins, the newest layouts, and things like these. But I'm also wondering if all the campers over there, are they new campers, or are they also used campers?
I'm not sure actually, but I don't expect any second-hand motorhomes over there.
Okay.
It will be like the newest, latest models, the newest IDs. So we're definitely going to Adria. I want to see some Knauses, how the high-class motorhomes will look like in 2023 or 2024.
I'm not going to say a word.
So we arrived in Dusseldorf and we are now walking towards the Messe. It's basically the conference building. And I'm happy. I don't know if my driver is still happy because he's been driving.
I drove the whole way, but it's fine. I like driving, so.
Alright, so we'll see where we end up.
And what do we say right now? We lost Harro.
Nope, I found him.
Only thing I'm wondering for something like this is that it just looks very nice, but sometimes the problem is that if you use a vehicle for a while, you have second hand, you know that certain things you want to take off sometimes to clean, in which case this panel needs to go off. This panel, I think, just for simply cleaning the windows. By cleaning the curtains. I mean, if you want to get the curtains out because they break, you need to take off the kitchen out in order to. I think these are the little but it's beautiful motorhome, of course, but just tiny little details that, for example, you can drop that down electrically, like automatic, But the problem is there's no switch, and whenever this mechanical system doesn't work, there's not a way to do it yourself.
If you want to sleep and it's up and you don't have any power left, you can sleep in the
Or
bed.
you can't sleep,
No.
or you can't put it up. Like
Yeah.
that's just little things, but I don't know if there is like some kind of. That's okay, but it's nice though. Especially I really like the new Fiat front with the tablet.
Yeah, with the tablet in the middle, you mean? Yeah.
Nissan and Bischoff, and it's a very luxurious brand. You don't see a lot of like small little motorhomes without. It's definitely, if you see a Nissan and Bischoff, especially if it's around, a little bit more, a little bit newer, then this is what you get. It's pure quality. And
What is the price of this vehicle? What do you guess? The guess check.
You want me to guess it? It will, brand new. It will be maybe it will be 190, or otherwise 230 maybe. I don't know. I've got no idea. This is not really my business.
And what do you think?
I have no clue, but if I
I'm
have,
going to say 190, close to 2.
I will say 210.
Hey, that's not fair, because it's just you should have asked him for.
It's a you're the closest. You won.
Zullen
Yay.
we hem nog een keer doen en
What is it?
zullen we hem nog een keer doen en het is 330.
Who did we lose?
We lost the Harro again. Harro is looking everywhere, and not at the places we are. Schoonmoeder naar buiten drukken.
Klaar mee bent, dan is het gelijk voorbij.
Ideaal.
Travel in nature, dat is leuk.
Oh, dat is daar.
Nou, daar gaan we heen.
Die kant.
I say doen. So we're going to walk into number 3, which is the nature and travel and nature combined. And so I'm gonna go camping for a little bit. See you later. We'll know everything about on off a tent, how to put it on, how to take it off, and how to throw it away. Keep it for the rest of your life. It's beautiful, fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. I see a motorhome right over there. And actually, I know this brand, and I'm not surprised. It's in between the tents.
Er is iemand hier gewoon geweest die heeft al die tenten moeten opzetten voor eigenlijk saus.
Dan auf zwei Kamelblutdienst.
Nee, bei uns kann man buchen.
Oh, buchen für ein
Genau,
Stellplatz.
in Deutschland und Österreich hauptsächlich.
Genuinely interested. So basically, here you go. You can go to this place, and they have an app, Alkapar Camping, and it's an online booking place where you can find parking places mainly through Germany and Austria. So if you're interested, because I do mostly free camping, but it's their Instagram is alkapar.camping. So, and yeah, she was pretty cute, so might as well.
This is your happy bee Harro spot.
Not really, but I do really like Knaus motorhomes. So we'll see if the new ones have something to promise us. More, hoor. Finally, you've got USB ports. It's been a while.
Lighting here is really good. So what's your opinion?
It's not bad. Maybe kind of like it, didn't he?
And what is your opinion?
Ja, ik heb niet echt een mening, man. Het is gewoon leuk. De LED is best wel nieuw. Het lampje is ervoor en eronder en ertussen. Dit is wel luxe, hoor. Dit gaat kapot. Dit is stevig. Kijk, dit is een verschil met.
Ja. You just
When I was 18, I bought my first motorhome together with my dad. And I didn't have a driver's license yet at that point, so I couldn't even drive it myself. But it was almost that exact motorhome over there. With the grey and the yellow, the old Fiat front. So we're gonna have a cheeky little look, but this looks a lot like my first motorhome. Probably get more for it than when I bought it. Because when I bought it for maybe 6k, and if you get a proper one right now, you'd be maybe at the same, maybe a little bit more. Not in this state of being, of course. But, yeah. Van binnen was hij een beetje aangepakt, dus mijn broer heeft hem helemaal behangen, geschilderd.
I could live in it, for sure. I could live in it. If I had one van like this, I would travel the world.
I'm sorry, but traveling in a camper van, it just gives. I mean, okay, you're 30 centimeters less wide. You are maybe half a meter, 1 meter less long, but walking in here, trying to turn around, being in each other's way, missing all that storage. I think there's no chance I would ever recommend a camper van like that for that purposes, because you get so much more.
When you're now cooking and I want to go to the bed,
Yeah.
you have to get away before I can pass.
So, no, I'm sorry, but for most, I think especially if you're with two persons, I don't know, I would just say that it's not worth the length and the extra storage. There's not much benefits to me. I think if you're alone and you go into big cities, it will definitely be a benefit. But keep in mind that your practical day of use and you're kind of living in a house where you can't open the drawer when you're standing in front of it because it's just too tiny.
Correct.
But hey.
Anders ook openmaken.
It's definitely one of the better brands around. And so basically when you buy an Adria, for example, if you buy an Adria Coral, then you will have several models in the Coral, like a Coral Supreme, Coral Matrix, and Supreme. This one that's right here right now is like the most expensive one with the most options and stuff like that. And honestly, comparing to other vehicles, what I really like about it's always the color, the grey black and the rear of the vehicle. Oh, it's just, I really like it. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites that I've seen today. So I don't know if it's my favorite setup, but it's alright, you know. The table here feels like it's a little bit on the... Yeah. It's better. You know, on one side I would say, hey, this is perfect, but let's say you are actually sitting in here with 3 or 4 people, then if I'm sitting there and I need to go to the toilet, but the whole table is full of food and stuff like that, I can't just lift this up and put it aside. So if it's open and my wine is here and my cheese is here and I need to go to the toilet, I need to get outside to go to the toilet. So what I don't understand is that for the last years they always had one way to put it, to the left or the right. Hopefully they have it here. I'm sure you can turn it around, but that's just the only thing that doesn't make sense. But I do like this setup though. It is kind of strange that suddenly... No, I like it. It's not bad. But it's new. And this is huge. Look at that enormous skylight. I mean, I can just imagine sitting here and all the lights that's coming in all the day. So that's really nice. These are a little bit better quality. But still plastic though. But it's good. Whether you like it or not, all the white things around it. I mean, that's just... has nothing to do with quality. It's just whether you like it or not. So I think it's very definitely. But once again, you can't take it out if you want to. But there are people waiting for us, so we're gonna get out. Good morning. How are you doing? So this is practically the same. I like the woodworks better than the white, personally. But what I wanted to show you before, first of all, this is a new camper van and this is like the old windows, which is not a big problem. But if you want to change a window like this because it gets dirty. These sides on this on the side, I've changed this so many times because they break so easy. If I want to change these ones, I need to take rid of all of this again, which I just can't understand, and I still don't understand why do we still have to deal with cheap plastic wind curtains, because that's just something I don't understand.
Cheap handle.
No, it's okay. It could be worse. Yeah. Could be worse.
Easy.
Who did we lost again?
Again, Harro. The guy is walking everywhere, nowhere. But yeah, we lost him again. Het verbaast me altijd hoe ze het eigenlijk allemaal in een bus kunnen stoppen. Als je kijkt dat het van buitenkant gewoon een busje is. 2 tussenbankjes, 2 stoelen voor, draaibaar tafel erin, keuken erin, compleet bed erin. Een hele badkamer erin gebouwd en alsnog ziet het gewoon heel ruim. Het verbaast me toch altijd hoe ze dat lukt. Oh. Fuck. Favoriete rubriekje? Waar is Harro? Daar is Harro.
Yes.
Alright, so I just want to quickly show you why there's a difference between like A-class brands and B-class brands, and a couple of things like, well, if you come inside, and I'm not going to tell what brand this is, but if you come inside, you just, things like a fridge, for example, you don't know what brand fridge it costs, but if you buy cheaper brands, usually you buy, they get cheaper fridges, or for example the isolation between the walls. I mean, if you build 1,000 motorhomes and you get a little bit less isolation or thinner wood or you know, like plastic or cheaper stuff, then you will obviously save a lot of money, and that's what a lot of cheaper brands do. The only problem is it's so expensive to, for example, change an outside window, that if you purchase brands like these, that's the pain you're gonna feel. It easily breaks. Stuff like, well, good example. This one already broke off, or somebody stole it, whatever. But you just see that this is just the practicality. It's a little bit harder to push in, and let's see, stuff like lights or windows or little plastic covers. They may look nice, but it just gives a lot of issues. For example, you're in a brand new motorhome, and if you want to lock it, you still need to use this and this, and well, I think that says enough.
Harro just loves Renault.
It's not about Renault. Some of the Renault engines are the best diesel engines around, but the thing is that Fiat has a lot of combinations with Iveco, which is a truck brand, and therefore the motor of that vehicle is just so strong, and therefore, yeah, I definitely favor it over Citroën or Renault or Ford. And for example, Ford is a very good brand and very good engine, but it's got something to do with popularity. I purchase to invest, so I also want something that's easier to sell and will be more worth money. You know, will have a better return on investment on the long run, if you know what I mean. So that's the same for brands. If you buy a Giotti or a Ahorn or B-class brands like Chausson, I don't necessarily say they're horrible. I just say that if you want to have the best return on investment, it's better to stick with Adria, Euromobile, based on that Fiat or that huge Mercedes engine. Just something that's there and it's popular for a reason. Is it stickered or like wrapped?
No,
or is
it's
like
wrapped. It's sprayed on.
Sprayed on.
Yeah.
But you took everything off.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
Yeah, if you see the details, it's really in between everywhere.
it's,
So
it's just like a certain kind of paint you use.
It is, yeah. This one. This is the paint. Yeah. This is the company that made that.
This is the company that
Yeah.
sells the paint. Oh, right.
They
so-
sell the paint and they do the paint job as well.
geleverd hoor. Helemaal vloeiend, ik denk wat.
Een beetje even kijken hoor, die mensen. Unfortunately, it's 6 o'clock, so they're ending the convention right now, and we were just to get into like the big hallways with all the little pieces and air conditionings and stuff that especially Tymeck
I really was
wanted to
interested
go
in.
to.
Yep.
And so now we have to decide whether we go back tomorrow morning or we will just go home. Anyway, we're not done yet this video because I think you and maybe you there at home really needs a beer at the moment. I know
I
do,
especially
yeah.
would like a beer.
What about Sander?
I really need a beer.
Because the last time, some people who follow the videos know what happens when Sander has that one beer.
I don't know what happened.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Thank you.
Good one.
Laptop.
Portable solar systems.
These two.
Okay.
There is a 12-volt air conditioning right now. The only problem is that because it needs to cool a whole motorhome, which is 7 or 8 meters. Wel dus niet binnen. Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. You too. Cheers met de camera.